This is the Real Estate Zone with John McClellan and Kevin Bown. Call them with your questions. 512-836-0590.
Let's go to our caller. Let's go to Chuck first. He's calling about Bear Creek subdivision. Hey, Chuck.
Hi, guys. I like listening to you just to get a lot of information, but I'm just curious. I haven't had my home appraised. I bought it in 2005, paid about $460 for it. It's about 3,800 square feet. It's in Berry Creek.
Oh, Berry Creek. Berry Creek?
Yes. And I don't see a lot of a significant increase in the value. Just looking at the other homes that's selling and neighbors that have sold their homes in the last year or so, I don't see a lot of increase in the value, which is kind of puzzling to me. Maybe you could shed some light on it, and maybe I need to get the house appraised, but I just don't see a lot of increase in the value from what I paid for it.
Well, yeah, so a couple of things come in play, right? Location is extremely important, and we'll talk about your location where yours is, right? You're kind of on the outer rim of expansion. Timing is also very, very important. In 2005 and 2006 is where the last big peak was before this one in the market, right? So you probably bought at that point at the top of the market, and as you probably well know, a couple of years after that, that's when we had the big housing, crash, right? And when the Great Recession. And so you had to have come back from that, right? So you basically bought at the peak, so you had to come slowly back to that. And then Berry Creek, obviously being up there in in the Georgetown area, right? It is, and past Georgetown, it is, obviously it's very much so on the rim of expansion that Kevin likes to talk about.
Yeah, and I'll throw in there, John, you had mentioned to our last caller the idea that every asset has both land value and then the improvements value. And so this is a good example. Your house in Berry Creek that was likely built in the late 90s.
When was the house built?
04.
04.
Okay, 04. So even more extreme example here. But I'm looking at some of the recent sales in that neighborhood that are of that square footage size. And the first example that I jumped into their tax record is showing that the lot is assessed for $77,000 and the house is assessed for $330,000. And so those two components, it's only that $77,000 piece that's appreciating. The $330,000 piece is depreciating. So your value, that house that's almost $500,000, it may have 75 or 80% of its value in the depreciating category that's fighting against that land value that's trying to appreciate. And so as a net together, it doesn't feel like it's going up as much.
But I will tell you, it probably has since, say, 09 and 010 and 11, right?
Yes, it went down probably about 50, 60,000. It didn't go down much, which was interesting. It didn't go down during the crash. It didn't decrease in value too much, but it didn't go up in value as much as I would have thought it would have, especially being the proximity to Austin and Round Rock. It's a very nice neighborhood. It
is. Yeah, it's great golf. Play golf out there many times. And the real deal is it really is on that. It's still on that rim of expansion right now. So I think in maybe 3-5 years from now, you'll probably see, maybe if the pace keeps going like we're doing, you probably will see a little bit more maybe than you did before as Austin's feelers get out into Georgetown and past Georgetown where you are.
Okay, well, thank you, guys. I appreciate the information.
All right, thanks for calling.
Good day.
All right, bye-bye.
So Austin has feelers. You're going to have to tell us about Austin's feelers.